fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join. My favorite part, I think, was going to the research center. We got to practice CPR.
I thought I would come here and not know, talk to anybody. But first day, it was oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. They took the education process and made it fun. Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome, and you're really gonna have a good time.
I saw Forrester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and God is all through health. God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Three ball on the way for Melby. She's got it. Peyton Hartsoe picks it up, jump shot, and she gets it to go. Rebounded easily by Akers, and no one was there to stop her. Catches it between two defenders and still scores the basket. Yeah! Fouled and one! Drops back for Nelson, and she's got a three in transition. Ramey gets the board, throws it up and in. Welcome inside of Platt Arena. It is a cool Saturday here in Huntington, but we've got a hot matchup for you here today. It's the Bethel University Pilots and the Huntington University Foresters. It's Preston Husband, it's Ross Gosnell, it's FDN Sports. We've been with you a lot this year, and we've got a fun matchup here tonight between 2, 4, and 3 teams, Ross.
Yeah, it's going to be a very competitive matchup this afternoon between the Bethel Pilots and the Foresters. So the Foresters could get their first Crossroads League win today here this afternoon. And the Bethel Pilots, they could keep going with their 2-0 conference play.
They're 1-0 coming off a win against Goshen, that being the Pilots. Huntington lost a heartbreaker, a 2-point loss against the number 2 team in the country, the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats, on Saturday. And they're making a change to the starting lineup today. We'll take you through that right now. It's Bailey Killam, Kendall Yoakum in the spot of Peyton Hartsoe today. Annika Nelson, Liv Raby, and I'm missing one. Who am I missing? Gabi Melby, of course, coming off her best game of the season. And then on the other side, this Bethel team, very similar to Huntington last year. They're starting 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior. That one senior is Caroline Morris, Hannah Ruddle, the sophomore, and then 3 freshmen follow with Justice Williams, Isabel Scales, and Olivia Nickerson. Tip is up. The Foresters will start with the basketball, Ross. We've got a long day of basketball ahead of us, and hopefully 2 good matchups like we had on Wednesday to start the conference season.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 great matchups here this afternoon at Platt Arena.
Quick turnover by Melby as that one was taken away. Gabi is coming off a huge game against Indiana Wesleyan. Dominated in stretches of that game, had 20 points in the first half and kept her scoring going in the second as well. Ended up with 36 points. See a couple of loose balls to start this one. Both of these teams have only played 1 road game. This is only Bethel's 2nd of the year now. Shot is up, too strong. Offensive rebound pulled down by Caroline Morris. She goes into the body of Raby and has 2 free throws coming her way.
That was a nice drive there from Caroline Morris to draw the foul there on Olivia Raby.
That was the issue on Wednesday night. Huntington gave up 19 offensive rebounds against the Wildcats and a 2-point loss. That is a really tough way to come away with a victory against one of the top teams in the country as Morris knocks in the first. Caroline connects on the second.
Coach Darby Magger will be coming with the comeback.
Morris averaging 5.1 points per game. Just had 2 points last year against HU in the 2 games, so she already has that here in the first minute of this one. Huntington a little out of sorts to start this one offensively. Just a few possessions in. Good way to go is through Raby, but that was tipped out of play. It looks like Justice Williams got a hand on it.
Bethel's playing great defense right now, stopping all HU's players so far.
Bethel with some sharp jerseys here this afternoon. They're in their black with the outline blue and then the lettering at white. They used to be Bethel College, but they've been turned to Bethel University, just like Huntington College to Huntington University back in the day. Another turnover as Justice Williams will push the pace. This freshman for Bethel. We talked about Huntington was in this same kind of area last year. They had 3-4 freshmen start every night, and that is a sophomore in Hannah Ruddle who knocks in her first 2. Nice start for the Pilots.
Yeah, so far it's a nice start for Bethel off of a great smooth jump shot there from Hannah Ruddle.
Raby missed the short one. It's pulled down by Morris. Bethel trying to keep this early momentum. Morris working against Raby once again. Caroline feeling confident early, and she should. She's up to 4 points already.
Yeah, Caroline Morris is feeling confident right now for Bethel.
Kellum trying to quiet the Bethel attack. Raby lost it. It's ripped away by Nickerson. Kellum was held pretty quiet in that game against Indiana Wesleyan. She had 10 points, but she was in foul trouble all night long. And still, Huntington went wire to wire with one of the top teams in the entire country. Bailey will have to probably be a little better than that here today, or at least stay on the court as Morris has 6 and Coach Maggard needs a quick timeout.
Yeah, Coach Darby Maggard may need to get some adjustments going off on an 8-0 run for Bethel right now.
She is not excited about her team's effort here early. That is already the 2nd offensive rebound, and we talked about it, Ross. That is what gave Huntington a ton of issues, as that's actually going to push us to our first media timeout. It's 8-0 Pilots. We're going to go ahead and take a break with them. When we come back, Foresters looking for some offense.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Back in Platt Arena, a fast start for the Bethel Pilots. They are up 8-0 already, and Coach Darby Maggard laid into her team after that first 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes of this game, and you can tell she wasn't pleased with that defensive rebounding once again, Ross.
Yeah, rebounding so far has been an issue for HU. Coach Darby Maggard took that timeout, get some adjustments going.
This Bethel team we talked about, they had a really tough year last year. Coach Scott Paulsgrove, he's in his 3rd season. He was actually a men's assistant coach in 21-22 as well. Spent some time at Eastern Nazarene College from 2016 to 2021. But he's got a young core now, and they're confident. Melby going to her right. Kellum missed her first triple. This time tries from 2 and gets the scoring going for HU.
That's what HU needed there after a big bucket there for Bailey Kellum.
Bailey coming off Conference Player of the Year honors last year, and Bethel was well aware of what she could do. In her 2 games against Bethel, she combined for 41 points. 3 is up and in, and that's Nickerson, the freshman, averaging 15.5 this year. You got to watch her.
Yeah, so far Nickerson's been impressive so far for Bethel as a freshman.
Foul called on Bethel there as Raby was knocked off of the ball. Take a look here. Coach Paulsgrove confused. It looks like it was Scales that ran through the back of Raby and picked up her first personal and the first for the team as well.
I'll tell you what, Isabella Scales is from Rochester, Indiana, so it's a hometown game for her.
Hartsoe back in there. She did not start today. Yoakum in her place. Kellum looking for 5 straight. That's too strong. Hartsoe kept it alive. Kept in play. Nice move by Scales right on cue to push the pace back the other way for the Pilots.
That was a nice rebound there for Isabella Scales.
Williams trapped inside, but Melby called for a touch foul in the paint, as that was Scales who got great post position on Gabi. You can see here Melby just a little too much hand reaching around there. Ruddle triggers it right inside. That's Morris, who's looking to go to work again. She had an early 6, pushed that one too far.
That was a great box out there for Peyton Hartsoe.
Yoakum stops and pops. She can't connect quite yet. This Huntington offense in all sort of shambles as Hartsoe's down behind the play now. It's a 5v4, and it's an easy bucket as that one's laid in by Scales, and still it's Hartsoe behind the play down on the court. Looks like it might be some sort of a lower body injury, as Coach Melby and some other trainers are going to help her off the court. Not exactly sure what happened, but you can tell Hartsoe's in some pain. I think we'll keep it right here as she has to be helped off. Not the start HU wanted. We saw something similar to this in the game against Indiana Wesleyan. Melby actually had a really bad cramp late in that game and had to leave. We hope that it's a similar situation for Hartsoe and she's able to come back, but clearly in some pain as she's helped to the bench. And now HU still down 13-2, has to make a sub, and coming in for her was Annika Nelson.
Yep. Hope Peyton Hartsoe has a quick recovery so she can come back into the ball game for HU.
Kellum gets it inside to Raby. She's been quiet early, spins to her right, scores, and she's got a free throw coming her way.
That was a nice post move there for Olivia Raby to get an and one opportunity.
Personal goes on Jasmine Smith from Ligonier, Indiana, transfer from Kankakee Community College. Liv was pretty quiet against Indiana Wesleyan, but she can have a big night anytime she's out there. So skilled in that painted area. She's got her first 3 now. Pressure coming from the Foresters. Yoakum using some of that length. Nearly a steal from Nelson. Another 3 from Nickerson. That one's too strong. Nice job by Yoakum recovering.
That's a great rebound there for Kendall Yoakum to get HU's momentum back in the swing.
13-5. It was an 8-0 lead to start this game for HU. Raby catches and scores nearly with the left hand, but just left it short. Thought it was going down.
Olivia Raby should have been more up with it than down.
Just couldn't get that one over the front of the rim. Smith was the one with the rebound. Back to work. Yoakum, great defense, but better offense by Justice Williams. Tough shot.
Yeah, that was a great basket there from Justice Williams for Bethel. Good defense, though, from Kendall Yoakum.
Raby goes back to that left side again, missed it, and it's pulled out of there by Ruddle. Couple of good looks for Liv, just not able to get a couple of them to go from the left side here early in this game. Williams stops, drops it in. Jasmine Smith. She'll hand it off to Ruddle, working against Melby in a 3-second call, and Jasmine Smith was whistled for that.
That was a great defensive stop there for HU, getting that 3-second violation against Bethel.
You can see Smith in there for quite a while, just a few too many seconds, and the Foresters a chance to cut into this double-digit lead. Bethel team has been awfully good defensively here early. Liv back to work, and now an offensive foul as she just cannot find the flow early, and that will allow Addie Shank to come in early in this game.
That's not what you want from Olivia Raby right now, having 2 personal fouls in the first quarter.
So she has to take a seat. It's a 10-point Bethel lead. Talked about how this young team could come out with a lot of confidence. Well, we've seen that early, Ross. They kind of came out and punched HU right in the mouth to start this game.
I'd say Bethel came what they need to do. So start the first quarter with so much momentum and then just finish.
Wide open 15-footer goes down for Scales. Huntington using this extended pressure. That time they gave up a wide open shot. Scales having a nice start with 4 points. Melby trying to stop this run. Too strong. It's into the hands of Scales. And a Ruddle running the point. Huntington in a man-to-man now. Scales off the dribble this time. Taller Yoakum does well moving laterally to stop her. Handoff goes to Callie Harrison. First time we've seen her tonight. Jasmine Smith back to work against the freshman Shank. She missed it, got her own miss, threw it off of the defender. Huntington will take it before the shot clock expires. Melby coast to coast, and she's called for a travel as they just did enough to stop her in transition. One too many steps as Huntington just, right now, Ross, they're just out of sorts. So you can just tell Bethel's making everything a little bit uncomfortable, and that's a great job by Coach Paulsgrove, stopping one of the best offenses in this league.
That was a great job there from Coach Scott Paulsgrove and the Bethel Pilots, just getting where they needed to do to stop Coach Darby Maggard's HU offensive defense right now.
We're waiting for this one to continue here, as it looks like one of the officials is having a chat with a Forester fan. 17-5 lead. As they'll put the ball back into play here, Bethel will look to add on. Faith Davis, she's in for the first time. This Bethel team going deep this afternoon. Nice move with the left hand, just not there with the shot from Gracie Lambus, excuse me. Huntington, once again, trying to get this offensive work, and it's another steal by Smith, another turnover by Melby.
Right now, HU's got 5 turnovers in the first quarter.
Lambus now turns it back over. Nelson trying to be the first down the court. She is, and scores on the move.
That was a good basket there for HU and for Annika Nelson to get things back going for their offense.
10-point lead. Bethel just led by 12. That's their largest lead of the day. Callie Harrison working off to the left. Again, an open three-point shooter is Nickerson, and she has gotten it going early. That is nothing new. In her first 2 college games, she knocked down 8 threes and 9 threes, so she can get it done, and she's already doing it here in the first half.
That's what HU needs to look at right now. Find a shooter in Olivia Nickerson if you're Coach Darby Maggard and HU.
From Monticello, Indiana, 5'6" guard. She is a sharp shooter, and she's put that on display early. Moving screen called now on the Pilots. We'll see which player that'll be called on. It's going to be Lambus who picks up her first.
It'll be Forester ball.
20-7. Maybe a little bit of a surprise here early. Huntington probably the favorite in this game, but can never take anything for granted in this conference. Kellum bumped and now heading to the free throw line. Kellum just the 1 field goal to start. Bailey's been doing a little more of this, Ross, not just being a three-point shooter. She wasn't just a three-point shooter last year, but the majority of her shots did come from deep. This year, she's putting it on the floor hard, getting to the free throw line as well.
Bailey Kellum, she's probably looking confident just driving it in more, just standing out there on the three-point line all the time.
Gillum knocks in the first. She's up to 3 points, averaging right at 18 points per game. Ultra efficient this year, 45% from the field. Even better than that from deep, 46%. She misses the free throw. Nelson gets it, can't get it to go, as Smith did a good job keeping her hands straight up. Looked like that was actually Faith Davis with the defense. Just 8 points for the Foresters. Not what we thought was going to happen here this afternoon. Left side drive, stop, fake shot, and now this one's on the way from Nickerson, who knocks in another. She's got 9 on 3 three-pointers.
I'd say that's what HU needs to look at, closing her out.
Shank running the floor, gets the feed from Melby. Shank is a really talented freshman. She started to get some serious minutes, and with Raby in foul trouble, we'll see her a lot in this first half. Melby gets the steal, drives, and scores now, so Melby's starting to find her flow offensively. When she gets going, she can score a lot in a little bit of time.
That's what Gabby Melby's good at.
Pilots this time break the press. They go all the way to the rim, and now a foul going to be called on the floor as Nelson's going to pick this one up. 23-12. It'll be an out-of-bounds play for the Pilots as Kendra Sheets will check in for the first time tonight for Kendall Yoakum.
Foster in for the Pilots. It'll be Pilots ball.
Also seeing Elia Foster from Bremen, Indiana, checking in. Comes in off the bench, 15-footer, too strong. Rebound down to Shank. A couple of bodies on the ground. It's still Forrester's ball.
A lot of physicality right now in the first quarter.
Melby finds Sheets. She's in the game and ready to shoot. Misses that one. Morris is back in, grabs another rebound. She's got 5 already. Still a double-digit lead for these Pilots. Another moving screen. That has been the theme here this afternoon. Bethel just not getting set on a couple of those screens and getting whistled for these personals.
That's what's helping HU right now with all those illegal screens that Bethel's bringing.
You can see it was Lambus. She is from Sandwich, Illinois. How about that, Ross? It's a unique town name. Been really good so far here today. Melby will start the offense again. There's just one shot left in this quarter if Huntington wants it. Kellum fires from deep, way off. Morris, another rebound. Chance to launch at the buzzer, and it's not going to get there. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Great start for the guests. It's 23-12 Bethel on top when we come back.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
Well, a good first quarter, I should say, for the Pilots. They are up, according to the scoreboard, it's 0-0, but it's actually 23-12. The Pilots in front, so a little bit of maintenance to be done here in Platt Arena. It is the second quarter. It's a Saturday, so sometimes you miss a few things. I think the scoreboard in general just reset, and then of course that's linked up to our broadcast. So nothing on our broadcast end. They're doing a great job back in the studio. Ross, what do you see out of that first quarter that needs to change for the Foresters to get back on track?
Get things going, get your shooting going, get everybody involved around the basket.
Huntington only shot 5 of 16 and 0 for 3, or 0 for 7 from deep, as This is one of the best shooting teams that you'll see all year long. They broke the school record in three-pointers last year. And so far in this game, they just have not found anything from deep, including Kellum, who's off to a slow start.
Yeah, Bailey Kellum just needs to get going right now to get the HU offense back in the swing of things.
So we are getting the score adjusted here. You see a couple of those replays. These freshmen for Bethel just dynamite. We saw it with Williams, we saw it with Scales, and everyone knows Nickerson's name by now. She's probably the front runner already for Freshman of the Year in the league. She is dynamite, and 7 games, 7 starts as a freshman in this conference, averaging 15 points per game. She shoots the 3 ball at 48%, Ross. As soon as she crosses that half-court line, you better be on her. She's ready to let it fly.
I said that's what Olivia Nickerson's good at as a freshman right now under Coach Scott Pulsgrove's coaching staff right now. He did a good job recruiting her, getting her here to Bethel, and she's just a sharp shooter so far for Bethel.
As always, we'd love to know where you're watching from today, whether you're a Pilots or Foresters fan. You can type in the comments. We'll give you a shout out and appreciate you tuning in to FDN Sports. Got the men's game after this one, but this one is bound to be good the rest of the way as a couple of steps too quick from Harrison gives the ball right back to HU.
That's what HU needed there to start the second quarter, causing Bethel to travel.
See if Huntington can now start shooting the ball a little better and taking care of it themselves. I think you said they had 5 or 6 turnovers there in that first quarter. Belby to the right. Kellum trying to get back on track. Still too strong. Shank battling inside. Morris has been a rebounding machine. She's got 7 already here in just the start of the second quarter.
She could possibly reach a double-double here this afternoon.
It's a really good chance. Elia Foster bounces it in. Bethel turns it over again. That's 2 straight empty trips for the Pilots. But now Huntington has to add to their score after they get these stops.
That's what the HU needed there, like you said there, that HU just need to get things going if Bethel's going to turn over the ball.
Haven't seen Melby do a whole lot here, just 2 points. Kellum with those 3 points have really struggled from deep, which is rare for her in this game. Akers, sophomore in the game from Hamilton Southeastern, had it knocked away. Morris has another steal.
Right now, both teams right now are turning the ball over.
Morris left side. Elia Foster looking for an option. It's Justice Williams. Justice had a great move in that first quarter. Morris was really the story. Dribbles in, free throw line extended, back to her strong right, skips it out. 3 ball on the way is too strong. Loose ball fought by Kellum. Nice win by her to get it to Akers.
Nice box out there from Bailey Kellum.
Melby to Kellum, still trying to get on track. In and out, Shank, good offensive board. Puts it up, left it short, another Morris board.
That was a good effort there from Addie Shank off of her great offensive rebound.
Morris has 6 points, 8 rebounds with 8 minutes left in this second quarter. On pace for a career night. Foster against the freshman Sheets. Used that off arm, but Sheets maybe just a little too tight. Will be whistled for the blocking foul. It's the first on either team, and it's the first on Sheets. See, she was doing her best, but just reached in right before Foster was getting ready to go to the rim. Foster and Morris will sub out now. Nickerson is back in there, and so is Hannah Ruddle. Nickerson, this time with the pass, finds a cutting freshman in Scales who has another 2. Those 2 are really playing well.
I say Isabella Scales can play some ball when she can.
Melby finds Yoakum. 3-point shooting still not there for HU. They've not knocked down a triple yet.
Right now they're 0 for 9 on the 3-point arc.
Davis to Williams. Nickerson using that left-handed dribble. Another backdoor cut. This time Melby read it. Gabi through the defense all the way to the rim, and she's fouled as it looked like Williams got her on the left arm, and Gabi will have a chance for a pair at the charity stripe.
That was a great defensive there for Gabi. Melby didn't start driving to cause a foul to happen.
Pretty clear foul there on Williams. Went right across the wrist of Melby. Talked about how dynamite Gabi has been. That was her second best scoring performance in a Forester uniform with 36 last time out against IWU. She had 41 against IU East last season here in Platte Arena. And today, just 3, but does have 3 steals to go along with it. So you know her effort's always going to be there. They just might need her scoring again like they had on Wednesday.
That's what they need to do. Gabi Melby just needs to show her senior leadership for the program.
Ruddle gets it across and breaks the press. Ruddle, as a freshman last year, played lots of minutes, 25 games, and now a moving screen on her, as that has been a couple of times that Bethel has just not been firm on their stance, and you can see Ruddle just moved right into Sheets, and Kindred didn't do too bad of a job selling it as well.
I'd say so far HU's been getting the stops on the defensive side, but they just need to capitalize on the offensive end.
Kellum cuts to the rim between 2 defenders, still cannot get one to drop. Like there's a lid on the basket right now for Bailey. Ruddle finds a cutter. Shot at the rim is good, and a free throw coming for Scales as she's got a chance for a 3-point play. And now she's got a chance to match Nickerson with 9 points if she can knock in the freebie.
I'd say Isabel Scales is showing everybody off right now for Bethel, just getting that and one opportunity.
So she has 8, Nickerson has 9. Morris on the bench has 6 and 9 rebounds. Kind of a 3-headed monster here today for the Pilots, as that one is ripped down by Yoakum and kept in play. Sheets is out with the foul, and Ruby Bolin in for the first time. Bolin finds Gabi, coming off those free throws, skips it Yoakum. Someone's got to hit a 3, and it's Kendall.
I said Kendall Yoakum's going to get this party started after her 3-point basket.
She is a dynamite 3-point shooter. The stats don't show it yet this year, just 30%, but last year 44% on 75 3-point attempts. She can really shoot it. Davis to Williams, and now Ruddle. Ruddle again, this is going to be an offensive foul, that time on Williams, who went into the defender and was still moving on the screen.
Annika Nelson, number 24, reports in for the Foresters.
That was the dribble from Ruddle going to the right. Williams just a little too high on that screen. Kellum will take a seat as Nelson's back in. So this is a unique lineup for HU. We haven't seen this combo a lot with Melby, Yoakum, Bolin, Nelson, and Sheets. A lot of different play styles out there. Nelson's fouled inside now as Ruddle reached around. That is going to be the 4th team foul on Bethel. So now Huntington just 1 away with 5:52 left to get into the bonus, and that could help them get back in this game a little bit.
That's what's going to help HU right now get to the free throw line if Bethel keeps on fouling.
Melby right inside the Nelson. She wants to go quick, falls away, and is fouled on her way to the hoop. And now Huntington is in the bonus the rest of the way. It was a shooting foul anyways, as it looked like Williams just got a little tripped up. It was completely incidental, but it was a foul.
Annika Nelson at the line.
And now that is already 3 on Williams, so she'll probably have to have a seat the rest of the first half for sure.
I'd say that's what's helping HU right now. Now they're going to capitalize here from the free throw line.
Huntington shot free throws extremely well against Indiana Wesleyan, 25 of 30. Nelson, 3 points on the night. Now can't make it her 4th. That one's tipped out, and it's going to be Huntington's basketball as Yoakum kept that alive.
That's a great job there from Kendall Yoakum.
Sheets, the freshman from Columbia City, finds Kendall Yoakum. Melby goes and gets it, drives to her right. Nice pass to Bolin, who catches and cannot score right at the rim. There's been a few easy misses for the Foresters.
I said there's been a lot of them. They just have to capitalize from it.
Callie Harrison playing off 2 feet, skips it over right side. This is Elia Foster. Now gives it to Harrison. Haven't called Nickerson's name in a little bit. Look for her to find an open space. That shot airballed, tipped back, and guess who it is?
Olivia Nickerson.
With 2 more. 29-18 now. Bolin Back to the basket, left-handed hook, missed that one again. Huntington not getting much from their post players here in this first half.
You can tell Coach Darby Bagger ain't pleased right now with the productivity they're bringing.
And now an open look right at the rim as that one's put in by Elia Foster. It's back up to a 13-point lead. Excuse me, that was Scales with the 2.
Man, the 2 freshmen right now, Olivia Nickerson and Isabella Scales, are putting on a show right now for Bethel.
Melby tries to find her rhythm with a dribble 3. Cannot get it to go once again. Chance for Bethel to add on to their biggest lead of the game. Left side, Scales. Inside, Foster. Nickerson, sharpshooter, guarded by another freshman in Sheets. Foster fires the 3 and hits. 16-point lead.
Man, Bethel's been on a roll right now since they've been coming off the bus.
34-18. Elia Foster knocks in her first 3 of the day and her first 3 points. Sheets gets inside. Melby was looking to pop. Yoakum will try for her second 3. That's way off, and another rebound pulled down by Isabel Skills. Not that you ever walk in and expect to for sure beat a team, but Huntington had lots of confidence coming off that IWU game to play a good game against Bethel. This Pilots team looks rejuvenated.
I say Bethel's been looking sharp right now.
Foster with a tough shot, airballed it. Huntington grabbed the miss. Bailey Kellum waiting to sub in. Bolin catches it in the high post. Monica Nelson off the dribble. Inside, Bolin catches and is fouled. And now Ruby will have some free throws.
I say Ruby Bolin might be looking to get some free points here to get HU back to momentum.
Looks like it was on the initial slap by Scales, and that has put Huntington into the bonus. When we come back, Ruby Bolin will try to cut into this 16-point Pilot lead on FDN Sports.
I can't talk, I have a showing.
Listen.
My clients are arriving any minute.
Eleanor. Mom passed.
I think it'd be best if you all go to hotels, for Dad's sake.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
You said goodbye when you never came home.
(34-18). Pilots have played extremely well here in this first half. Take a look at some of the stats here early. Huntington still just shooting 6 of 27. That's 22% from the field. They've only knocked down 1 of their 13 three-point attempts to go along with 7 turnovers. On the other side, the Pilots shooting 56%. They have been dynamite here. 14 of 25, 4 of 7 from deep. They're getting it done in a lot of different ways, and that's made it tough on HU because this Bethel team is as efficiently as they're playing offensively, it's going to be tough to get back in this game.
Yeah, if it Coach Darby Magger right now, you got to find some quick adjustments to get back trailing down to the point deficit at halftime.
34-18, 3:08 left in this first half. It will be Huntington's ball as Ruby Bolin will shoot a couple of free throws. Bolin, this will be her first 2 free throw attempts on the year, so we'll see if Ruby can knock them in. Bolin is not someone that gets a ton of minutes throughout the year. Just 4 games, 6 minutes per game so far. Season high is 6 against Defiance. That one is up and in, so big free throw by Bolin. Try to cut this lead a little bit. If you're HU, the dream scenario would be get it within 10 before the half.
So that's what Coach Darby Magger might be thinking right now.
That one is knocked in as well, so Bolin does a nice job fitting right in, knocking in some free throws. Huntington 7 of 9 from the charity stripe now. HU falling into a little bit of a zone here. Extended look with Nelson at the top. Nickerson being doubled. And looks like it was tapped out by HU. It'll still be Bethel's basketball.
That's what HU needs to bring right now. It's a lot of pressure to cause Bethel to turn over the ball.
Callie Harrison getting instructions from Coach Scott Pulsgrove. They're trying to run against this zone, kind of falling into a man now are the Foresters. Dickerson against Kellum. Foster feeling it, has knocked down her second triple in the last 3 possessions.
Aaliyah Foster is feeling it right now for Bethel.
She's up to 6 now with 2 triples here in the last 3 minutes. Kellum finds Melby. Shot fake, bounce pass inside. Bolin scores at the rim. Those two have worked nicely together as Melby's starting to pick up on the assist, up to 3 on the afternoon.
That was a nice senior connection there between Gabi Melby and Ruby Bolin.
Only 2 seniors on the team. Foster, heat check. That one does not fall in. Loose ball picked up by Harrison. Bethel with 14 on the shot clock. And I'm not sure what the discussion is here. The ball never hit the rim, so it should have just continued to go on because it was an offensive rebound. So they're going to reset it to 15 on the shot clock. Looks like that was about spot on. They're actually doing 16, so that looked like the right answer as the shot clock maybe ran down a little too much. Trying to run a play, open player inside, falling away. Foster missed about a 2-footer. Instead of going right to the rim, she fell away.
That's what a good rebound there for Ruby Bolin.
Melby, coast to coast, puts on the boosters and has 2 more. HU within 13.
Let's say HU's just got to keep on scoring.
Nickerson finds a player inside as Ruby Bolin's called for a foul. That was Scales, who was hit on the arm and will head to the free throw line. Or was she hit on the arm? Looked like a pretty good block by Bolin.
I say that did not look like a foul there on Annika Nelson.
Typically, though, if you do come from behind the offensive player, it seems like that whistle comes more times than not, even if it is a clean block. That is the 3rd on HU here in the second quarter. They have Annika Nelson up on the board with the foul, so I'm not sure what that was about. Looked like they probably called it on Bolin, but maybe we missed something. It was Nelson underneath the offensive player. Scales knocks in 1 of 2.
See, that's what I thought, that the foul should have been on Ruby Bolin, but the officials called it on Annika Nelson.
Bolin has played a lot of minutes here in this first half. Melby to Yoakum. She'll keep firing. Still nothing for HU from deep. Bolin wins another possession. She finds Melby. Gabi crosses the defender. Fake pass to the rim. Missed an easy one. Another chance.
Ruby Bolin's doing a nice job right now.
Lada Valiente. Yoakum's second try is good.
That's what Kendall Yoakum's good at, shooting at the 3 ball.
That's her second 3. She's not shot it great yet today, but she can shoot you right back in the game as Huntington's within 11. Coach Darby Maggart would love a stop and a score here to get within 10 before the half. Scales to Foster. Valiente, great on-ball defender. Harrison against Kellum, gets right by her, scores, and 1.
That's a nice drive there from Callie Harrison and for Bethel.
They went right at Kellum here. And Bailey came across and hit Harrison right in the face as Harrison has a chance for a 3-point play.
Callie Harrison will be at the line.
Callie plays about 14 to 20-ish minutes per game, 6 games off the bench this year. Last year she took 110 threes, and she only averages about 2 points per game, so that too is big from the bench. Yoakum looking for another one. That one's short. Kellum O-board couldn't get it away, and now a foul inside, as that was Bolin called for the foul, and if that's the team's 5th, it'll be free throws. And I think it was, Ross, unless I'm looking at something wrong. It looks like Bethel's heading the other way to shoot free throws in the bonus.
I'd say you're right there, that Bethel's heading to the free throw line off of a Ruby Bolin foul.
Bolin just a little too aggressive here on the backside. You can't fault her for diving after that one, but took Scales out. Isabel having a great first half. Has missed a couple of free throws, but is tied for the team lead with 11 points. Only averages about 6.4 on the year, Ross, so she's having a great day today, and in fact, this is already a career high for her as a freshman with 11 points in the first half, make it 12.
Number 11, Gracie Lambert.
Lambus checks in, Scales checks out. 23.8, Huntington a chance to hold for the last shot. Maybe just take some momentum with them to the halftime break.
If you're HU, look for a basket and then just go to the locker room at halftime.
Huntington's in the bonus. A foul from Bethel would put them at the free throw line. Yoakum finds Kellum cutting. Lada Valiente will not take a bunch of threes. Throws it to Yoakum and throws it out of bounds as it's a Forrester turnover. And it's looking like it's going to be a 14-point deficit that Huntington will have to overcome here in the second half.
Hopefully a quick bounce back for Coach Darby Maggard at halftime.
Harrison doesn't get it off in time. It wasn't good anyways. And Coach Darby Maggard will stop over and talk with us about that first half. We'll see what she wants her team to improve on as Coach Maggard is here on the sideline.
Did you know I grew up in a small town in Indiana? The injury lawyers at Blackburn know how to make a difference in your life. We work hard.
Coach, obviously a tough half offensively, down 14. What needs to change there in this second half to get you guys back on track?
Well, I would say our urgency, our edge, our competitive spirit, our willingness to execute on the offensive end of the floor, and our overall commitment to what we put on a scouting report on defense.
Bailey Kellum, 1 of 7 in that first half. Obviously, she's a big player for you. Had a couple of good looks, but how do you get your best score back on track here in the last 20 minutes?
You know what I'd love for her to do? Play some defense. Yeah. That's what I'd love. And then I think if she plays some defense, she'll probably play some offense.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. Down 14 at the half are the Foresters. Coach Darby Maggard not happy with that first half performance. Don't necessarily blame her. That was not the prettiest of 20 minutes for HU. But, Ross, the good news is we got 20 minutes left, and Huntington will have to turn it around.
Anything is possible after halftime because Coach Darby Maggard can come out and get some quick adjustments going for the team and just get better at shooting.
We're going to send it back to our friends in the studio. I believe we've got something special here for the halftime break. So when we come back, it'll be the second half between the Pilots and the Foresters on FDN Sports.
My name is Mark, and I love to play the drums. I started drumming in the 9th grade. That's when I actually had a drum set. I actually started playing in my mind when I was about there was a drummer, and he was my idol. Now for me, fortunately, the church has been a place where I could play the drums, and so I always had an outlet, even every single week where I could be playing the drums, and so I could kind of fit it into the rest of my life with getting married, having kids, having a job. I would say that being made in the image of God means that God as creator has wired creativity into all of us. And so for me, playing the drums is my avenue for how I can express that creative aspect of being made in the image of God. And I love to do it.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and like fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
Here's your host, Sean Ross.
Oh, whoa. Hey everyone, hi Mom, hi Dad, hi Platt Arena. I'm Sean, and welcome to Huntington's weekly talk show, The Treehouse, where we have guests, games, and a little bit of chaos. Today's guest is
I'm Adam Widener, and this is...
gonna stop me. You're gonna stop me.
And this is the treehouse. Oh, come on! Our guest today is Dean of the Arts, Dr. Lance Clark. Woo! Come on out, Lance.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's awesome to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so Lance, I know that you're a busy guy, so thank you for being here, of course. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here on campus.
Well, I'm Lance Clark, and I love to teach film, and I love to make movies.
Yes,
and
that's
I kind of
amazing.
combine both those things together.
That's
You're in
awesome.
Huntington.
Yes. Now, Lance, you're obviously a well-known guy here on campus, and you need to put your best face forward. So tell us, what is your obsession with
What is this? I'm
with
scared.
this
I'm
here
scared.
photo
I'm scared.
that we see everywhere on your social media?
You know, that is like an epic, epic photo. And actually, somebody on this stage right here took that photograph.
Who would that be?
Oh, that would be you, Sean.
Oh my God!
And you know, hold the picture up. So here I am. I'm teaching in classroom 301, and I see somebody named Sean around the edges with his 35mm film camera, and I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm not sure what he's doing. And all of a sudden, I look over. I'm like, what is he doing? Then you snap the picture.
And that is the picture.
That was totally unstaged.
Yeah, I love it. I love that you
I
used
love the
that.
picture too. It's black and white.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
awesome.
too, yeah.
So Lance, you're also known for your famous catchphrases like "We're making a movie." Tell us.
I say that?
You do. What was it like making your film A Carpenter's Prayer with a bunch of HU students? How did that go?
Oh my word, that was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. It was a highlight, one of the highlights of my life. You know, here we are on intensive 4-week shoot, 20 days. We've got half the crew are students, and I did almost every day. I would go around saying, "We're making a movie, everybody! Look what we're doing. We're making a movie," and it was fun. I was a cheerleader.
It's a gorgeous film. So Lance, if you could cast me as the lead in a movie, what do you think the genre would be?
Definitely be coming of age rom-com.
Rom-com?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah,
Why
coming
is
of age
that?
rom-com. You know, you kind of have that young, innocent vibe about you, you know, trying to discover life. Maybe you're going through this existential crisis, and then we got to have a really good, cute meet moment where you meet the love of your life. She comes on set, you know. I could write the script right now.
Hey, man,
for you.
let's make it happen. So, in what ways has advising digital media arts students, how has it helped you grow as a creative?
Well, advising over the years, you know, I've been here since 1993, so I'm an old, officially an old geezer.
Yeah.
You know, that was probably before you were born.
That was way before I was born.
Way
yeah.
before. Thank you for reminding me of that. I'm old. And so I've had about 600 students go through the film program and the TV program, including Professor Adam Widener, who is executive producer of this show. And, you know, it's just been a blast, you know, seeing them go through the 4 years, and then they launch out and get their careers, and then they, you know, text me back, "Hey, Lance, look what I'm doing."
Yeah.
I love it. It's very rewarding. And just see how God's just moving and directing everybody's paths is just exciting for me.
Yes, that's amazing. So with all of you do and with all of the people that you help out, how do you find time for yourself, and what do you like to do, like, just to relax?
Well, you know, I'm married to a therapist.
Oh, I actually did not know
Mary's
that.
all the time like, you got to do some self-care. You have some self-care, and I'm like, you're right, honey. I got to do some self-care. So you know what? Big part of my self-care is spending time with my wife and our puppies. Also going out on the paddle boat about every night and just paddle boating around in the pond.
Wow,
that's when
like
it's decent. It's a little cold right now.
That sounds like a rom-com in and of itself.
Oh, nice.
So what are your dreams for the future of the DMA department here at Huntington?
I think we're just going to keep growing, doing what we're doing. I'd love to see us collaborate more with area, creatives and just grow our program out.
Of course.
I would love to see us grow more.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. Oh my goodness! Whoa!
Whoa, what's this?
Whoa! I just got a basketball thrown at me.
That was scary. I don't know where
it
that
has a
came
note
from.
on it. It says that it's game time, everyone. Let's get ready for today's game.
you saying? I don't know. Like, can you what?
Hey guys, welcome to Word Sync. I know that video was a little funny, but the rules of the game are simple. One player has headphones on, and the other one tries to lip sync a sentence. If they guess it right, they get a point. If not, they get the dreaded tape over the mouth.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's time for Lance and I to go head-to-head in Word Sneak. When Lance puts these headphones on, I'm going to read him a word, and he has 3 tries to guess it. And if he doesn't get a point. But if he does, he does. And vice versa. So let's do this. So
I'm ready.
I'm going to read your first word here. All right, you ready? Dribble.
Scribble.
No, dribble.
Scrabble. Dribble.
Yes, dribble. Cool. All right, now read me a word.
Oh, now you do it?
Yep.
Okay, all right, ready? Picture perfect.
Pitch perfect?
Picture perfect.
Picture perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Yay.
I mean, we're batting 1,000 here, man.
I know. All right. Oh, I did that one. All right. Huntington.
Autism.
No, that is incorrect.
Oh.
Huntington.
Heart attack.
That's close. Huntington.
Artist.
No, that is incorrect.
You gotta tape my mouth?
No.
Oh.
That was.
Oh, do we switch?
It was Huntington.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
How we doing?
All right.
Digital media arts.
Mr. Beast Bar.
Oh, no.
Digital media arts. Wow.
Yes.
Did I get it?
Yes,
What
you
the
did.
heck? Dude, this is awesome.
You're
All right.
crushing me right now.
All right. Camera.
Headwear.
Camera.
Kenwood.
Camera.
Then what?
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. All right. It's my turn.
Oh, your turn?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready. Trasher.
No. Director.
Director.
Yes.
What the heck? Did I get it?
Yes.
Yay.
You're amazing.
Dude, thank you. Dude, that was awesome.
Do we still go through more of the fun?
No, yeah, let's do one more.
Here?
Let's do one more.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm gonna pick a good word. Filmmaking. What? Boom! First try!
Boom!
That was awesome! All right, everyone. Well, in the words of Preston Husband, let's check out some of the highlights from today's game. All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning into the Treehouse today, and thank you so much, Lance, for being an amazing guest. If you want more of the Treehouse Chaos, check us out on YouTube, where we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. And be sure to follow our socials on Instagram, TikTok, and all of that for more bonus content. So, TTYL, LOL, go Foresters!
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join.
My favorite part, I think, was going to like the research center. We got to practice like CPR.
I thought I would come here and not know, talk to anybody. But first day, it was like, oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the
41-27, that was Sean Ross and Lance Clark back in the studio for another episode of The Treehouse. I liked how he said, in the words of Preston Husband, let's see a replay. That was worth watching. That was a great game between Sean and Lance, those two going at it. Of course, Lance has done incredible things here at the university for a long time. You heard him talk about that in 1993 since he's been here. Sean was a great host of today's episode. Now we're ready for some second half action. The Foresters going to have to be a lot sharper than they were in the first half, and that is not a good start.
That's not what the start you wanted there if you're Coach Darby Maggard and the Foresters to start the second half.
That is another turnover there, as that is their 10th of the day. Annika Nelson threw that one a little too high for Raby. Huntington going to have to get it done on both ends. Just 2 of 16 from behind the arc in that first half. And Kendall Yoakum was the one that hit them both. Nickerson to Harrison. Callie looking for a backdoor cut. It was there, but it was last touched by Morris, it looked like. Instead, they're going to say it was Raby. Take a look here. It's going to be hard to see from this angle.
Oh,
Thought Morris maybe just got a finger on it.
Kind of what it looks like there. Morris got a little tip of her fingers on that ball.
Ruddle to Harrison, 1 on the shot clock, is off in time. Good box out by Raby, and she grabs the board.
HU's got to get things going here.
Yoakum had the 2 threes in the first half, and she starts the second half with a triple.
That's a good start right now for Kendall Yoakum, getting that three-point basket going for HU.
3 of 9 from deep. Good move to the rim by Ruddle. Too many easy buckets like that for Bethel right now. Ruddle up to 4 points after that last bucket. Raby off the dribble, finds Nelson. She looks to get in on the action, and Huntington's already made as many threes here in the first minute and a half of the second half than they did in the first.
Hey, that's what HU needed right now. Get the tempo going.
Nelson and Yoakum start with a couple of long ones. Huntington back within 10. Ruddle to Harrison. Morris had that great start. She had 6 points right out of the gate. Looking to have the same influence here in the second half. Harrison late in the shot clock again. Someone's going to have to fire it. It is up and short. Ruddle missed that one. Huntington good defense.
I say HU's get that good defensive rebound going.
Kellum looking to make it 3 straight. Still not online. Just 1 of 8 from the field.
I feel like Bailey Kellum's kind of rushing to her shots right now.
Harrison stopped. Morris off the dribble, looking inside for Scales. Morris back to the basket. And an offensive foul called. I'm not sure which pilot will be whistled for it. Take a look at the replay here. Looks like they're going to call Isabel Scales on it. And that is a tough whistle on her. I didn't see a whole lot there, Ross.
I didn't see a lot there either. Just 2 players just going at it physicality-wise.
That is her 3rd foul. And it looks like she might be coming out. A couple of subs coming to the scores table. Kellum gets to the rim again, missed an easy one. This is not like Bailey Kellum here this afternoon.
It's not. I mean, she's just been struggling all day.
Nickerson had that great first half, skips it over to the left side. It's Harrison, who started the second half, did not start the game. Ruddle to Nickerson again. That one tapped away as Melby reached across the body. She's whistled for the first Forester foul of the half. See Melby here look to the bench and instantly shook her head. She knew she maybe reached too far across Nickerson, the freshman. That's Melby's 2nd of the afternoon.
I said, good thing that Gally Melby's only 2nd foul right now.
Justice Williams, freshly back into the game, will start the offense here. She finds Ruddle to do so. Anna Ruddle from Whiteland, Indiana, a sophomore. Kellum gets beat inside. There's a foul before the bucket. And now Melby's going to be called for a push. This was actually away from the play. So Huntington somewhat dodges a bullet because it was going to be an easy bucket. Instead, it's a foul to negate the basket. But that is Melby's third.
Yeah, I'd say that's not what you want right now if you're Darby Maggard.
Justice Williams, again, going right at Kellum. That time couldn't get the roll, and Yoakum's now whistled for a foul as Scales was fighting inside for the rebound.
I'd say HU can't be doing that right now.
Yoakum is called for a whistle. That's 3 straight on HU. Yoakum, that's just her first, but Huntington's been on the defensive end now for nearly a minute. Williams again. Bounces inside. Melby took away the backdoor cut again. Gabi behind the back. Trying to find an open shooter. Has to reset. Yoakum, 3 threes on the afternoon. Raby's been quiet. The smaller Scales has to foul as Raby had the size advantage.
That's Scales' 4th foul, so looks like she might be going to the bench here to sit possibly the rest of the quarter.
That will be the case as Callie Harrison quickly gets off the bench, and now Scales has to go take a seat. Scales at 5'8", trying to guard Raby at 6'1", just held on a little too tight. Kellum driving to her strong right this time, puts it up with the left hand, forced that one up there. Melby grabs the miss.
That's a great offensive rebound there from Gabi Melby.
Raby quick inside, spins to her right, and is called for a travel as Raby's been called for a couple of those here this season.
I say that's not what you want right now for Olivia Raby, causing that travel.
Looks like maybe 3 steps in there instead of the 2 you're allowed. Justice Williams driving to her strong right. Up top, caught by Nickerson. She goes to the rim this time. Couple of defenders there, knocked it away. Kendra Sheets, who's in the game, grabs the loose ball. Kendra to Raby. Liv going right back to work. This time she scores it.
Nice assist there from Kendra Sheets to Olivia Raby.
Sheets loves to push the pace. Great ball handler as a freshman. She'll become a vital part of this team as this year moves on. She already is. Huddle using the ball screen. Skips it left side, 3 on the way. That one's off the mark and pulled away by Melby. Huntington a chance to get a little closer. They've cut this halftime lead down a little bit, trying to do some more. Melby bounces it between the defender's legs, and it's a 2-point bucket as now Raby and Melby are on the same page. Huntington down 6, and Coach Scott Polsgrove needs a timeout. We'll take it with them. Huntington charging back, now just down 6.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back inside Platt Arena. We just finished up with the Smile Cam, the Lad Dental Group Incorporated Smile Cam. Ross, we're doing a little more smiling because Gabi Melby has started to become that point guard we're so used to seeing. That last play, she went between the legs of the defender with the bounce pass, and now Raby's got 2 straight buckets.
I was like, can we keep the smile going if you're coaching Darby Maggard? Having a lot of positives, getting back into the things for HU.
Melby now up to 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and the 6 points. So another game where she is just stuffing the stat sheet. She's done that all year long in her senior season. She's averaging career highs in every single category, and now it's another Bethel turnover. Huntington, this is a chance to get it as close as they've been since the first quarter. They've not been within 6 since that first quarter. It's been a long time coming.
I'd say it's a great momentum swing right now for HU, just getting back into the deficit.
They're trying to keep Raby a point of emphasis. She's going back to work. How about 6 straight for Liv?
Yeah, let's keep her going. She's on fire right now.
She's got that size advantage inside against Morris. Had a quiet start to this game. She's feeling much better now. Tough shot and a tough whistle. After that one had already gone up on the rim, as Kellum's going to be called for a personal.
I thought that was great defense out of Bailey Kellum, but the officials got a little whistle happy, kind of.
That whistle came in late as Justice Williams put up the free throw. Or the shot, I mean. Kellum called for her second. Williams knocks in the first. Williams having a good afternoon. She's a really solid player. Just the 3 points, but she's very aggressive when she puts the ball on the floor. Great athlete. Williams misses it. Kellum pulls down the miss. Huntington a chance to make it a 1-possession game, and there's a hand check. And now Huntington should be getting closer to the bonus. That is now the 4th on Justice Williams. You see the foul there, and now we've officially reached our media timeout. We're under 5 here in the 4th. Huntington trying to come all the way back. We'll see if they can do so when we come back on FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
We saw foul issues become a thing in the game against Indiana Wesleyan for both sides. Well, it's now becoming a real thing here for the Pilots. They've got 2 players, 2 of their starters now with 4 fouls. That was Justice Williams, who just picked up her 4th. Isabel Skills also has 4 fouls. And Huntington trying to take advantage of that, get to the free throw line more. They've cut this lead down, Ross. What's the score here in the third? 12-3 in favor of HU. So they're getting it done on both ends. And a couple of these fans, they're happy to see it. And the vibe just seemed to change after that halftime break.
I said the vibe's been going right now for HU, outscoring Bethel 12-3 right now in the third quarter. I hope they keep the things going right now here for HU.
Huntington was down as many as 16 in that first half. They were down 14 at the halftime break. Now, it was looking not great for HU for a while, but they decided to come out here and has definitely changed the mood of Platte Arena. Do have the men's game to follow this one. Huntington looking to stay perfect on the year on the men's side. That'll be a fun one as well. So stick around, watch some more hoops after this one. Raby back to the basket. She's had 6 straight, nearly knocked it in. It's another foul on Bethel. See Raby here working against Morris. Got underneath the shot blocker's arms. And Caroline didn't have a lot of argument. And now Raby has a chance to make it a 1-possession game.
I say Olivia Rabies does a good job drawing fouls.
Raby 1 for 1 on the day from the stripe, make it 2 for 2. Liv's a pretty good free throw shooter. Has been solid there in her first 2 seasons. That's continued this year. See our live stats there. First time we've had them on the women's side today. See Liv's now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. That was kind of added by our man Jonathan Peters in the back. The rest of the FDN Sports crew doing another awesome job here today. Had some of our biggest broadcasts since I've been a part, as Melby is now called for her 4th.
So they look like more of a jump ball there than a personal foul.
Another tough whistle, and that's the bonus now as Melby's going to have to take a seat, and this is exactly what has happened to Kellum and Melby now back-to-back games in the conference. Your 2-star players with 4 fouls, it's up to someone else now, and it's going to be Kendra Sheets.
I say you got to have the freshman or just any player off the bench just have to step up.
Sheets, the last time Melby was in foul trouble, she had 8 points and 4 assists off the bench. That was against Cumberland out of Tennessee. So Sheets can be a real playmaker, and we'll see if she can once again lead this team back. Melby was finally getting into a good rhythm. She has 3 personals in this quarter. Lada Valiente in there as well. Lost the ball, and now it's picked up by Scales. Kellum fighting for it. Jump ball would go to Bethel, and it will go to the Pilots as Huntington turns it over about 30 feet from the hoop.
I said that's not what you want out of HU right now.
Also want to give a shout out to our Huntington men's soccer team. They're currently playing in the national tournament in Kansas. It's 0-0 in that game currently in the first half. So if you're a big Forester fan, keep your eyes out on that the rest of the day as well. Exciting moment for those guys. Morris passes it off inside. Kellum rips it away. Bailey's going to have to get it going here in this second half for HU to come all the way back.
I say she got to step up.
Good way to do it. Drives to the rim, missed another shot. Still just 1 field goal for Bailey Kellum.
Right now, Bailey Kellum's 1 for 10 in the field right now.
Wild shot there by Harrison. Raby tips it to Valiente. Huntington has numbers. Sheets in the far corner, and Lauda threw it right out of bounds. And those are just the turnovers that have come a little too often here today.
Right now, HU's got 13 turnovers right now compared to Bethel's 14. So it's a pretty even battle on the turnover side.
And that was going to be a wide open look, too, if they just could have been on the same page. Morris to Harrison. Huntington's been great defensively here in this third quarter. Yoakum, a big part of that on the ball right now. Hand it off, Faith Davis inside Morris, and a whistle called on Raby. See on the entry pass here, Raby just holding on to the arm of Morris a little too strong. And that's her third now with 3 minutes left in the quarter.
Well, seems like HU's in foul trouble right now.
Morris has not scored since that first couple of minutes of the game. She does there with the perfect free throw. Morris has not been awesome from the stripe this year, just 46%, but that one looked perfect as it hit nothing but the net. She has a sub waiting to check in for her. That was more like the season totals. That one was too strong, and now Huntington pushes it back the other way.
The only way HU's keeping up with Bethel right now, Bethel's just missing free throws.
Raby looking for a backdoor cut, and again, it's just not clicking for HU with this lineup out there right now.
HU's got to bring more communication together right now. They're just not clicking.
Get within 1 possession, turn it over a couple of times, now within 2, and threw 2 straight out of bounds. It's tough to come up with those empty possessions this late in the game, especially in this conference. Up top, it's Harrison. Callie looks for an option. It's Ruddle who puts it on the floor, shoots up a little floater. Shank there to clear. Nice rebound by the freshman.
That's what HU needed right there, a big board there from Addie Shank.
Sheets called for a travel, and now it's 3 straight possessions that do not even lead to a shot for HU.
Right now, HU's got 6 turnovers right now in the third quarter compared to Bethel's 3.
Got to take care of the ball. Ruddle working with Smith, who's back in there. Jasmine, a nice first half defensively on the rebounds as well. Faith Davis, left side. Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of this third quarter. Bethel nearly threw it out of play, but it is picked up by Foster. Elia backs off, looks for her third 3. That's short, rebounded by Valiente. Shank running the floor, gets it, and is fouled as Foster goes flying across the end line. Thankfully, she got up quickly. You can see got the left arm of Addie Shank, who will shoot a couple.
I say HU better make both of their free throws to get down by 4.
Shank's only points today. Just 2 of them. Her first free throws as she has collected 3 rebounds. Shank a good free throw shooter as well from the center position. So far this year, 70%. A couple of these inside players, these post players, they're really good free throw shooters, and you have to be because you're going to get a lot of opportunities right at the rim, and Shank makes good on both.
That was a good free throw opportunities there from Addie Shank.
Now just 2:01 left in this third quarter. Huntington has erased a 14-point lead to make it 4 at the moment. They want to get a little closer for that final 10. Melby on the bench with 4 fouls, Raby as well with 3. 2 of the starters for Bethel on the bench with 4 personals as well. Yoakum playing great defense here on Davis. Jasmine Smith back to the basket. Foster rises and hits, and that's a big bucket.
That was a big basket there for Bethel.
Foster's had a nice afternoon. Kellum still trying to get it going. Cannot find a shot from deep.
Nothing is going today for Bailey Kellum. She's just pretty much ice cold right now.
3 points. Steal from Yoakum. Up to Kellum. This time heading towards the rim. Euro step. Left hand missed another one. Bailey is just cold as ice here in this game. 1 of 13 from the field. Left side dribble. Valiente playing good defense. Foster able to keep that one alive. Harrison looking inside to Smith. Good defense by Shank. Lambus on the floor. Looked like she traveled. Huntington had a layup, but the travel was eventually called. You see Lambus just got a little tied up there. Fell over. Shank not credited with the steal, but it's a Bethel turnover. HU still within 6. Feels like they cannot get over that hump. Cheats, works inside. Yoakum to cut it to a 1-possession game.
That's a good shot there from Kendall Yoakum to get the crowd back going again.
She's got 12, 2 3-pointers in the first half, 2 3-pointers in the second, 4 of 10 from deep. That's where she lives, and she's pretty good at it. About a half-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Bethel can hold for the last shot. They will. A foul would put them at the free throw line. Harrison going to work with 6 on the clock. Callie to the left. Good defense by Bailey. An incredible shot by Callie. Valiente won't get it off in time, and it'll be a 5-point lead after a big bucket by Harrison. When we come back, we'll see if the Foresters can come all the way back. We'll show you a few highlights on our way out. Huntington trying to come all the way back. They've cut a 14-point lead at the half to a 5-point lead. A lot of it due to shots like these. Kendall Yoakum got it going there in that third quarter. And from deep, Huntington finally started to knock down some triples. They also pushed the pace in transition, which helped them a lot, Ross.
That's what helped them a lot right there, getting 19 points there in the third quarter compared to Bethel's 10. So that's a very good quarter there if you coach Darby Maggard and the Foresters.
See that between the leg pass there from Melby to Raby. Liv went right back to work. She had 6 in the quarter as she also knocked in some free throws. Actually, I think she had 7 or 8 there in that third. I'd have to check for sure, but Huntington still down 5. They just have not been able to get much closer than this. They were down 3 after that last Yoakum 3, but Bethel has had an answer every time, and that's what good young teams do.
I'd say that's what Bethel is good at right there, getting great responses when HU's just responding back.
Take a look at what else has happened around the Crossroads League today. We've got games all over the area in the league. Conference play started on Wednesday, and The men's team started with a 1-0 record. We'll have them up next. Huntington fell here on the women's side to number 2 Indiana Wesleyan. Marion, who's always good, beat Spring Arbor by 18 today, 69-51. Mount Vernon, they're going to beat Taylor. And Huntington, if they're going to beat Bethel here today, they're going to have to keep shooting three-pointers like they did in that third quarter. Made 3 3-pointers on 5 attempts. They're 2 of 16 in the first half, so now 5 of 21. And it's a turnover to start the fourth quarter. That's been too much of an issue here today, Ross.
Yeah, it's been so much of an issue today for HU.
Foster got to the rim, missed an easy one. It's pulled down by Kendra Sheets. She finds Kellum, still trying to get on track. Nothing happening for Bailey, and then tapped out by Sheets. Bailey just 1 field goal still.
Maybe she could change it around here in the fourth quarter.
Keep in mind, she scored 41 points in 2 games against Bethel last year, just 3 today. Left side, Callie Harrison going right at Bailey defensively now. Swings it over the top. Foster, a nice catch. In the corner, Ruddle is going to get a foul called on Sheets as Kendra didn't let the offensive player get to the rim. So Sheets called for her second. Sub coming in. Foster will take a seat. Nickerson, who's got some foul trouble as well, will check in. Nickerson was huge in that first half. She's got it now. She finds Ruddle, who fires a 3 and knocks it in. Big shot by Ruddle.
That was a big shot there from Hannah Ruddle in the Pilots.
Came in today with only 2 3-pointers on the year. She just knocked down the biggest one of the year for Bethel. Kellum back inside Shank. Addie spins to her right and scores. Addie's getting it done inside right now as she is up to another bucket. Got to find that point total here. That's good work by her inside.
She's got 6 points right now.
I was looking up on the scoreboard, couldn't find her name. 6-point game once again. Left side drive, Nickerson. Kellum has the steal. Bailey looking for just her second field goal and finally has it. And maybe that easy one will get her going.
Yeah, maybe. So Bailey Kellum just got to get things going.
She can get hot at any point. We've seen it several times here in Platte Arena. 4-point game, a good 8 minutes left inside the Platte. 2 young teams fighting hard for some conference victories. Nickerson against Sheets, good hands again by Kellum. And then Nickerson throws it over left side, Harrison. Morris puts it on the floor, got it off in time, but it's caught by Shank on the miss.
That's a great rebound there for Addie Shank.
Sheets now in control. Left side, Valiente. Lauda will drive in. Had it stripped away. Loose ball picked up. Shank grabs it. Missed an easy one from 8 feet.
I'd say Addie Shank just needed to finish off there.
3 ball on its way. That's way too strong. That's missed by Davis. Just a 27% 3-point shooter on the year. You live with that if you're HU. See Melby and Raby waiting to check in. Gabi's been on the bench for a while with those 4 fouls. Lauda drives right. She finds Kellum looking for that first big shot here in the second half. Still nothing. Sheet spins. She misses. Morris grabs the shot, and Huntington once again in one of those funks offensively.
I said Bailey Kellum's 3-point shot has not been going well for her right now.
2 made field goals still for Kellum. 5 points on 2 of 16. And now Valiente almost creates a turnover. Lauda will take a seat, so will Addie Shank, and Melby and Raby will replace those 2. Looks like Nelson's gonna come in as well. And Yoakum's gonna take a seat. Bethel, a little better percentage here today, 40%, 6 of 15 from deep. They just hit a massive one with Ruddle a couple minutes ago. They don't take a ton of threes, but Nickerson, definitely their best threat, has knocked in quite a few today. She's got it again. Working left, Justice Williams back in there. Sheets nearly forces another turnover, and now Kellum called for another touch foul.
I say HU's not playing smart fouls right now, but they just need to stop just going after the ball right now.
Sheets will take a seat. Yoakum sat for about 10 seconds. Now she's back in. She's been the best three-point threat tonight. Freshman back in. Scales having a great afternoon. So is Justice Williams, who has it now. Justice fires from three. Too strong. Raby grabs a rebound. That is her 5th of the day.
Kind of a big rebound there for Olivia Raby.
Melby's back in there. Raby looking for her guard in Gabi. The leader has it. Nelson, she'll put it on the floor. Wiggles through a couple of defenders, grabs her own miss, keeps it into Yoakum. Thought about a long three. Nelson again. Raby on the floor, gets to the rim, nearly had a three-point opportunity, but she's got 2 free throws coming instead.
I said that was a good move there from Olivia Raby to cause the foul on Jasmine Smith.
It's kind of a possession that was all over the place, and then Raby gets to the rim, and she's fouled by Jasmine Smith, who picks up her 3rd. Liv today, 11 points, 3 for 3 from the charity stripe, make it 4 for 4. She's got 12 now and 5 rebounds, averaging double digits again this year. Was preseason second team all-conference. Good player, and now Huntington, the closest they have been since the first quarter, 54-52. Moving screen, and Huntington gets it right back with another turnover. We'll see who that was on. Coach Paulsgrove couldn't believe it. They've been called for several of those, and that is the 5th foul now for Isabel Scales.
I'd say she went in, just got in, and then she just went out and just fouled out.
So Scales has 5. Faith Davis going to have to check in. A couple of tough whistles on her today. That moving screen has been called more than normal this afternoon, and Coach Paulsgrove maybe has a gripe there because there wasn't much there from Scales again, but they've called it all day. Raby again, back to work against Smith. Can't get the tying bucket to go. Two-point game. Things tightening up here for the final 5 minutes. Once we get to under 5, the break after that will take us to a media. That'll be the last one of the afternoon here in the women's game. Williams against Kellum. She's blocked. And no foul comes. It's just out of play, and it'll be an out-of-bounds pass coming for the Pilots.
That's a great defense right now for HU, keeping things going.
It's exactly what Darby Maggard asked for. She asked for Bailey Kellum to play some defense, and then maybe that offense will come. Well, there was some defense in a crucial possession. Yoakum going to be called for a foul as Davis was trying to get away from her. That's the 3rd on the Foresters, the 2nd on Yoakum. Lots of players out there playing with several fouls. Melby's the one that has to be most careful with 4.
So there's a lot of foul trouble between 2 teams right now.
Ruddle puts it on the floor. She had that big triple a couple of possessions ago. Huntington has cut it all the way to a 2-point lead. That one's thrown in the backcourt. Huntington should go get it if they can and score. Yoakum will do so. Nelson is open down low, but Kendall's fouled and will have a chance to tie it from the free throw line. See, Kendall went all the way back, picked up the loose ball, and then a shooting foul as it swung across the arm by Faith Davis. Yoakum's first free throw of the afternoon is good. She's got 13. She did not shoot it well in the first half, Ross, but she has been a big reason why HU's this close once again.
I say it's just been a lot closer, and Kendall Yoakum's putting in some stuff.
Yoakum knocks in both free throws, and now we head to the last media timeout. 4:52. It's a tied game. Huntington all the way back. We'll see if they can finish the job when we're back on FDN Sports. Ross, it's been a lot of Kendall Yoakum, and now with less than 5 minutes left, it's 54-54. It's anyone's ball game.
It's anybody's ball game right now. It just has a lot of players have to step up here in the last 5 minutes of the ball game. Like Kendall Yoakum, Bailey Kellum, Olivia Raby, you name it. I mean, they just have to be ready to go.
Huntington, it's been a weird game because they're big guns. They're not scoring much. Melby, who came in, one of the leading scorers on this team, obviously, and one of the best players, averaging 18 points per contest. She's only got 6. She's only taken 6 shots, but she's helped her team with 5 assists, also added 6 rebounds. It's been Kendall Yoakum and Liv Raby who've kind of taken over in this second half and have brought HU all the way back to even. And now with less than 5 minutes left, we'll see which team can stay composed and come away with a big win. Bethel's looking to stay perfect, looking for a 2-0 start in conference. Huntington looking to get back to 1-1 following the loss against Indiana Wesleyan, and a 3-second call coming as that's against Jasmine Smith.
Right now, Bethel's got 4 turnovers in the fourth quarter compared to HU's 1 right now.
Telling you, even if Bethel does not come away with a victory today, this is a young core that's going to be good for a while. They've got good young players, 3 freshmen in that starting lineup. I've been really impressed with them this afternoon.
I have to agree with you more because Coach Scott Polsgrove has been a good job recruiting.
Raby blocked by Morris, and then it went off the shoelaces of Faith Davis. Huntington keeps the basketball with 16 on the shot clock. Referees may be discussing whether there was a change of possession. They're going to keep it at 16 on the shot clock. It didn't look like Bethel ever really controlled the ball. So Huntington will have 16 to work with. Melby, just the 6 points today, gets through the lane and scores her 7th and 8th. And we know when it gets this late in the game, it's closing time for Gabi.
Yes, it is. It's almost closing time for Gabi, I would say, because she's just a good scorer around the rim.
She loves getting it done late in games. We've seen it time and time again in this conference and from Gabi Melby. Williams to the right. Good defense by Raby. Melby has another rebound and now pushes it back the other way. Gabi finds Yoakum. Nelson and Kendall playing a game of catch. Yoakum gets to the rim and is fouled this time. This has been a great second half performance by Kendall.
Yeah, it has been a great whole game performance for Kendall right now.
That foul's on Morris. That's her second. Kendall, so far this year, before today's game, her season high was 13 against IUN. Well, she's over that now. She's got 15 and is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Her family oftentimes will come to the games, Ross, and then watch us on the way home. They enjoy our broadcast. So.
I say they also love it when we're in the house. I mean, just to see how much we put in.
Yep, Kendall is a great player, just a sophomore as well. She's part of that sophomore core. Huntington trying to lock it up on defense now. Williams against Kellum, rises, misses. Loose ball is out of play, and it's Forrester's basketball. They have completely flipped the script in this game.
I would say a 360 turnaround after the first half. Maybe Coach Darby Magger got into him and saying, hey, we got to change this game around.
I would say there was a good chance she got into him because she was not happy at that halftime interview. Wanted better effort from her team, and she's gotten that here. Now they kind of control their destiny the rest of this 320. Raby finds Melby, backdoor cut, and those two connect the opposite way this time.
That's a good backdoor cut there from Gabi Melby.
6-point lead for the Forcers. This is their largest lead of the day. Right side, Davis, now inside, it's Morris. She goes into Raby, it's an offensive foul, and Huntington gets it right back. They have turned Bethel over all day long in this second half.
I said that was a good defensive stop there from Olivia Raby. And right now, Bethel's got 20 turnovers in the ball game right now.
Take a look at what HU's done defensively. They've held Bethel to 13 points in this second half, 3 points in the quarter, Ross. Melby again gets to the rim, and she'll score it with another chance at a three-point play.
Man, Gabi Melby is fired up right now after her senior leadership.
She had 6 points just a second ago, Now she's got 10, a chance for 11. Actually, she's got 12, a chance for 13. And along with that, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, as you see up on the board, and 4 steals. It's just a classic Gabi Melby performance, up 8. Right side, dribble, Ruddle. Good defense again by Gabi. She's also been playing this entire fourth quarter with 4 fouls. Davis launches. 3 ball not there. Loose ball inside. Knocked out a play. And it was last off the Foresters as Harrison is helped up. Looks to be okay.
It'll be Pilots ball on their baseline.
Bethel basketball, 2:24 left. 8-point lead for HU.
Justice Williams, number 5.
Change here as Harrison
Pilots lineup.
will stop in. Coach McBride, who's the Norwell head coach, shaking my hand here. His son plays for Bethel. I called a few of his games last year at Norwell for the Action Sports Network. We'll talk more about Luke in the second game. Right side dribble, Justice Williams, stopped by Kellum. Much better defense. Melby almost had that 5th steal. Davis up top, Morris. Shot on the way from Williams, still not there. Loose ball picked up by Melby, another rebound. She's got 12, 8, and 5 now. Incredible.
I'd say she's incredible. Gabi Melby, she does what she does best.
Leader of this team. Huntington looking for the dagger here. Less than 2 minutes. Raby, awesome second half. Spins to her right. Can't get it to go as Morris grabs her 12th rebound.
Olivia Raby should have just capitalized there.
Left side, good catch by Williams. She now drives in. Kellum following. Ruddle back on the floor. Morris, quiet since that first quarter. Good spin move and score with her offhand. And Coach Paulsgrove wants a timeout. We'll wait and see if it's a full or 30. It'll just be a 30, so we'll keep it here. It's a 6-point lead, and that is only the 4th and 5th point of this fourth quarter for HU. Coach Maggard, she mentioned to me during the halftime break, she was not pleased with how they have responded to the scouting reports. A lot of that, I think, was Nickerson getting these wide open threes. Well, Ross, you take a look at what she's done in the second half. She's been completely shut out. Just 11 points in that first half, nothing since.
I'd say that's what HU's been doing good right now, closing out on number 15, Olivia Nickerson, which is a good job on the Foresters' defensive end.
She did have 9 in the first half, 2 here in the second half. But my point being is she's had no open looks, and Huntington has kind of shut that down. And obviously a really good freshman is Olivia Nickerson from Monticello, Indiana, and will continue to be a good freshman. But HU had to make that adjustment, and they did.
I'd say that's what they've been doing a good job right now, just finding the key players that have been doing well in the first half is just Coach Darby Maggers just find them quickly.
Pressure coming from the Pilots. Melby will break it on her own as she gets across the 10-second line. No problem behind the pack, showing off some of those handles. Kellum will draw a foul on Bethel, and now Bailey a chance to add to her total today from the free throw line. That is the 5th foul on Justice Williams, and she is now disqualified as she got a little too handsy with Bailey. The other thing that's been so impressive today, Ross, you take a look at that. 5 points from Bailey Kellum this game. And she has just shot 2 of 16, 0 of 9 from deep. And you still have a chance to win a game against a good team.
I feel like Coach Scott Paulsgrove just kept an eye on her most of the game.
It's kind of what we saw from IWU as well. They just never really got her going in that game either. Does knock that free throw in. She can put a game away from the free throw line. One of the best free throw shooters in the nation at 93%. Does go perfect on that trip, up to 7 on the day. 1:16 left. Bethel just trying to find some sort of miraculous way back into this game right now. Blocked again, Yoakum there against Nickerson, and Melby has her 9th rebound. And now with one more bucket, you feel like this one already might be too far out of reach. Nickerson is going to foul Melby as she's got another chance to the free throw line.
Gabi Melby's impressive of what she does.
Coach Paulsgrove still choosing to foul here, down 50.8 seconds left. That'll be just another excellent game all around. 13 points, 5 assists, 4 steals, 9 rebounds. She's played every minute in this fourth quarter with 4 fouls. Coach Paulsgrove wants to call a timeout and advance it as it's a 10-point game. Still waiting to see if it's a full or 30. Refs are also looking for it. It'll be a 30, and we'll keep it here again. But what a performance in the second half by HU. It looks like they're going to escape this game with a win. Just miraculous almost. They had nothing going offensively. The defense is what led to this comeback, and we saw it. In this quarter, they have barely given Bethel any breathing room, just gave up 15 points so far in this second half.
I said that's great defense so far for HU, closing out, finding the shooters of what they had on their scouting report, and that they've just been doing a good job here in the second half.
Huntington looks like they're going to move to 1-1. The road doesn't get much easier, though. They go to a ranked opponent in the University of St. Francis, not this Wednesday, but next. So it'll be a little break for Thanksgiving. We hope, of course, your family and friends all have a great Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you tuning in today as Yoakum is whistled for a personal. Nickerson was driving to the right. Coach Paulsgrove asked, how was that not a foul, and got a late whistle. Yoakum with 3 personals now. 47.8 now. Long shot up and airballed, and that should just about be it as Foster missed another 3. We'll see again if Bethel continues to play the foul game. It's getting a little late. Melby, double team, trying to trap her. Gabi spins away, finds Kellum, who clears and gets it across. And now I don't think the Pilots will foul. I guess they will. 10-point game with 32 seconds left.
That's nice clock management there from the Foresters.
Bethel trying to tie up Kellum there in a double play, or double team, I should say. Double play. We'll see those in a few months on the Forester Diamond down at Forest Glen Park. Kellum putting this one away at the charity stripe. 67-56, a complete 360 in this second half. Huntington just dominates Bethel. Outscored them by 25 points so far in this second half. Left side dribble, Nickerson still just being locked up by Yoakum. 15 left in the game, to the rim, Foster is fouled. And a couple more free throws. See the spin move, nice move there by Foster against Nelson, who just came down as a shot blocker and swatted the right arm of Foster. Elia looking to get into double digits with a couple of free throws. Knocks down the first to make her point total 9. She had some good stretches in this game. Foster to cut it to 9. Can't do so. Rebound to Morris, who's fouled. And that will keep Bethel alive a little longer with a couple more free throws. Sub coming in, Addie Shank. Gonna check in for Annika Nelson, who just missed that box out. Coach Darby Maggard does not mess around with that.
So you should never mess around when it comes to box outs.
First one up and rattles in and out. We talked about the struggles for Morris at the free throw line. Just 46% from there coming into today's game. 1 of 3 today. One more for Morris. Both of them no good. Rebound. Knocked out of play, and again, Bethel keeps the ball with 8.7 seconds left.
HU's just got to rebound the basketball just to close it out.
And you're going to see here, I think Raby's going to come out for missing another box out. It just not something Coach Darby Maggard messes around with.
I feel like box outs are just an important key in the game of basketball.
Huntington struggled with it a little bit the last few games. Looks like they're going to get away with it today, though. Nice move to the left side by Harrison. 8-point game, 5.6 seconds left. Melby just going to dribble it out here, and Huntington a wild turnaround in this second half. They come back from 14 and win by 8 against a young Bethel Pilots team. Ross, it was the defense that led to offense. Hardly anything from Bailey Kellum. HU still comes away with their first conference win of the year.
I say that's been a good job here, in that the satisfied Coach Darby Magger's just done a good job here today at Platt Arena with the team.
67-59 is the final. The two teams will meet in the middle and pray, and then we will have Coach Darby Maggard joining us for the post-game interview, as Huntington has moved to 1-1 in the conference. Bethel also to 1-1 now. HU next up has the University of St. Francis, which is a top 25 team in the country. You see the two teams praying here. We await Darby Maggard joining us. Ross, what a turnaround that second half.
I would say just a 360 turnaround after the first half. Coach Darby Maggard must have got into their team heads. I mean, just getting a good job.
So Coach Maggard, you can see her there talking with her team. It was a firm, instructive message at the halftime break. Well, she got her message across as their team came all the way back and won today. And now Coach Darby Maggard is here to join us on the air. Well, Coach, not all wins are pretty. That first half definitely wasn't. But, man, your defensive intensity in that second half, just relentless. Only gave up 18 to the Pilots.
Yeah, I thought that is more what I was looking for.
Right.
At halftime, I came over here to you, and I said we need to pick up our defense. Like, we need our intensity, our urgency, our effort. Was not anywhere close to the standard of the program, and I thought the second half was much closer. It was much better. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. Just overall effort on the defensive side of the ball.
Kellum had one of those tough days as a shooter, 2 of 16 from the field, 0 of 9 from deep. It'll happen from time to time. We've seen it, and then she'll bounce back. But it was the other parts of the puzzle today, like Kendall Yoakum, 16 in the starting role today, and then I thought Liv Raby and obviously Gabi down the stretch were amazing.
Yeah, no, so here's the thing with Bay, like, it happens with shooters, like, and I'm not worried about that at all. I think she's, as much as she's only a sophomore, she's very seasoned in understanding that it'll come. But these other kids, Kendall had a great day. She's been playing really, really well for us all year. And today we moved her into a starting role, and I thought she performed really, really well. And then I thought, Liv had a phenomenal day. She fouled 2 times early, which really did hurt us in the first half. But the second half, she came back and really was intense. And honestly, I thought she took really good shots for us and commanded the paint. And that's what we need her to do. So I was proud of her.
The road doesn't get easier. You go to St. Francis next. Of course, you have a little bit of a break. What's that schedule look like, not playing here in the next week and a half or so?
Yeah, well, Thanksgiving is like an amazing time. So our kids are going to get to go home for that. But next week, though, that we'll have a couple days just to work on us, and then we'll come back after Thanksgiving, and we'll have a couple really good practices. And yeah, no, I'm really excited. We've got some more work to do, as you guys can see.
Yeah, well, thank you, Coach. 1-1 in the conference. Congrats on the big win.
Thank you.
Darby Maggard joining us. Preston husband Ross Gosnell. Ross, we're going to keep it short. Any final thoughts?
Great team win after a great 360 turnaround after the first half.
So Huntington victorious. They're back to 500 in the conference. And when we come back here in about 15 minutes or so, we'll have the men's version of Bethel University and Huntington University. Preston husband Ross Gosnell. The rest of the crew we'll see in just a few minutes on FDN Sports.
That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it!